Hey guys, it's Hugo, and today I'm going to be making a video on pet leveling and just my opinion and some of the strategies that I would use. First of all, what we're going to talk about is the pet that you're going to want to start with. Now, skip a little bit in if you don't really want to hear about this because you already have the pet that you're using or whatever. The most pets that people want, from my personal experience, is people are going to want pets that have good talents, but they also aren't like super easy to get pets. One of the pets that I think not a lot of people look for, but that has decent talents that people will hatch with, is the Sea Dragon. I highly recommend it. There's lots of places you can farm in Celestia to get the Sea Dragon. It is really a great pet in that it has great stats, and I'll leave the link below to the Wizard 101 Central wiki on the page about the Sea Dragon. Now, I recommend starting with this pet if you really don't want to have to do that much work. Now, if you want to be slightly more successful, what I do recommend doing is getting a pet with a sporty dragon or an aqua dragon. Generally, gift card pets that come with Dragon Blade or Balance Blade are very well evaluated, such as some people would rather hatch with this sporty dragon than this Deer Knight, just because of the sporty dragon itself. This might be because it's a more rare pet, where the Deer Knight is a Crown's pet and it's not as hard to get. So a sporty dragon is another way to go. And then the third option, of course, is to mix a sporty dragon with a Sea Dragon and hope you get the sporty dragon, or whatever Balance Blade pet you're using. That's my take on it. Hopefully, if you're doing this, you have Avalon unlocked. If you have Avalon on, then you'll want to come here. Jump cut, by the way. You'll want to talk to Saban, and he sells glowing star fruit for 300 apiece. Now, the reason these are so good is because they're really, really cheap. They are absolutely dirt cheap. And what I recommend using them, just because they're so cheap. And let's see, I think it might actually even be a temporary thing, but it's been here for a while. I don't think they're going to change it. But if you compare this to the level 6 Fancy Pudding, this is 5 times more. So there is a huge difference. That is what I recommend for pet snacks. If you already have a reason to farm the Waterworks, that is also a smart place to go because of the Mega Snack drops. However, I don't recommend actually buying the Mega Snacks because I've probably, over my whole Wizard 101 career, I've wasted about 15,000 crowns on those, and really they only get you a whole pack only gives you like maybe 200 experience, 250. So I mean, if you're trying to get your pet to Mega, then that's like 8 packs right there. It's not really worth it in my opinion, but to each their own. So if you have big crown money, as me and my friends like to call it, that crown money, because crowns are so expensive and I never buy them, then you should get those crowns. But otherwise, wouldn't recommend it. Not very good. Yeah. So that's my opinion on snacks. But yeah. So the next thing you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to find people within your league of pet. Now, for an example, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at some pets. Let's say that I have a rain beetle and it has spell proof and ice trap. Well, you're not going to want to approach people that have a pet like, let's see, a pet like this, an aqua dragon, or like this especially, they're not going to want to hatch with you. So if I have a rain beetle with spellproof and ice trap, I'm going to look for somebody with a couple of basic talents. Perhaps they're ice, so they want ice trap, and spellproof is all around a really good talent. So I'm going to go look for some guy that has, oh look, he has a bad talent, Storm Shot, which I guess maybe to a storm that would be good, but I'm not really sure. And he has Energizing Battery, and he'll be like, ooh, I want, he's an ice per se, and he's like, oh, I want that ice trap and that spellproof. So you guys hatch, and now you get a pet, and you have, and you know, after enough tries, you have a pet with, you know, Energizing Battery and spellproof. And so now you're like, okay, well, I want to get a even better pet. So at this point, you go talk to this wizard that has a sporty dragon with Sprightly and Unicorn, and he's like, oh, I'll hatch with your rain beetle. So he hatches with your rain beetle, and then you raise your pet to epic, and you get Sprightly and Unicorn, and it just keeps working this way. But one of the things you have to learn is that if you have a pet with you're not going to be able to hatch, you know, Stray Piggle with someone that your Stray Piggle, nobody's going to want to hatch with your Stray Piggle that has, you know, Fairy Friend, Spellproof, Spell Defy, and Energizing Battery. Nobody's going to want that. So that is mainly it, and now we're going to go to the Pet Pavilion. Okay, so here we are. We're in the Pet Pavilion, and basically all we're looking for is an easy game to practice on. Now, what I recommend is, so what you have in your backpack is, well, you have your, at this point you have your leaf foot. I don't know, it would generally be something different. I'll just do a pink jellyfish. I'll equip that. I know, I have my F-Reap, and I want to go, you know, train it so I can hatch. Well, you have your pet stacks, so what you're going to want to do is you have your Glowing Star Fruit, and you're just going to want to do the dance game. Probably, that's what I recommend. The dance game, you really have to do, you know, you have to get good at it. A lot of people aren't good at it naturally, so you just have to practice. I pretty much get five every time. I occasionally get 4, but it's not a big deal when it happens. So it's pretty easy to do, and you just do this many times. Yeah. Alright, so now I have my F-Reap, and I'm going to feed it, and yeah, after like 13 times, you will have your pet to teen, and so on and so forth. And I know this seems slow, but, you know, just listen to something in the background, watch TV, listen to the TV, even while you're doing the dance game. And, yeah. One thing that I've heard of that I do not recommend is that you just like do bad on purpose, because if you do bad on purpose, you're basically wasting, well, doing bad on purpose to go faster, you are wasting your energy, and you're wasting your snacks. The only time I might do that is if I was using Mega Snacks, where it really didn't matter the add 4, but mostly I would really not like skip on that or anything. Anyways, yeah, the other option is this game, which I'm not really good at, but I've heard that you can level fast with it. And if you're planning to level your pet to adult or ancient, then I would buy these elixirs. But if you're planning to get your pet to epic or mega, then I would not use these, because these are a huge waste of crowns when they add up. Because okay, my pet that I am currently leveling, my Deer Knight, is at 1006 right now. He is halfway there. If I have to use 10 energy, and I have 80 energy, so that's 8 times. Okay, if I get to do about 70 to 80 XP per full energy, do you know how long that's gonna do you know how many energy potions that's gonna take to get to 2000? At least 20 or 30 or probably more. Anyways, so I hope you guys have learned something from this, and yeah.